Have you ever heard the term cigar? Like cigar batch, cigar series, cigar blend? Well, today we're going to try RY3, their cigar series. Let's see what it's all about. Now, I will tell you that this is a little sample bottle that I got. Um, I just did a interview with these guys. Phenomenal Spirits is what they're called. And I will tell you that I wanted to do a review of this one especially. This was a media sample, obviously, but this is rye whiskey, cask strength rye whiskey, finished in Madeira, rum, and Narajna orange wine casks. Um, it was triple cask mature with French oak staves as well. So there's a lot going on here. 62.1% alcohol. Let's get into it. So cigar, in the heading, I talked about cigar, right? Well, here's the deal. A cigar batch is just blending three different barrels, three different finishes. It doesn't really matter. When Still Austin did their cigar batch with their Tanninger, it wasn't finished. It was just three separate whiskeys with three separate mash bills. Does that make sense? So and then they blended it together to create a cigar. So this one, I did crack this one open when we were talking on the podcast, and it really stood out to me. I've said it a million times in all of my things that rye whiskey takes a finish very well. It makes it very nice, viscous, and oily, and it gets the sweetness from the finishing cask balances with the spiciness of the rye. So let's get into this. I am going to score this like I normally do. On the nose, it is wine heavy. This is the first drink of the day, too. It is, I get the rum, too, though. So, rum obviously is just sugar, distilled sugar, cane, molasses. We're not fighting that battle today. So when it takes a barrel influence very well, right? And then the inherent sweetness of it is coming through. And then with the Madeira, which is a sweet dessert wine, and the orange wine cask, which I can't say Narajna for some reason. I don't know why. I can't say that, but they are all playing so very nice together. I mean, it's very fruity, obviously, but it's also dark. It has a lot of tobacco and molasses, and the rye in here is 100%. It's a high rye. Um, I don't know the exact mash bill of this one. I know it's at least 65% rye, obviously. All right, let's get it on the taste. That is tasty. It is tasty. I'm trying to think of some notes to give you, man. There's a lot on the palate. There's a lot on the palate. I get the orange. The orange comes through. It's like an orange citrus, right? It's like the zest of an orange. And then the Madeira is like this inherent wine sweetness. It almost, to me, on this glass, it almost tastes like a sherry finish, a little bit, but it sweetens like a sweet sherry. And then that rum just gives it that backbone, that umph, and then the rye is hitting all along my tongue, and it's giving you that earthiness, that a little bit of spice, like pumpernickel bread or something like that, where it's a little. There's just a lot going on in that glass. In that glass, there's a lot. I don't know if you guys have seen RY3. I don't know how to exactly say the name RY with a three. And they only make rye whiskeys. So it's really cool that they're venturing out on that. And they have a bunch, and they try to do like a special release every year, so you can collect all the different releases if you want. So let's rate this. Let's rate this. The finish just keeps going too. Let me find a clean spot on my table here. All right, so we're gonna do okay. So let's get it on the nose, and music's coming. Sorry. Okay. Okay. The nose, super nice. The rye is up front. Like it's not like the finish took over. It's definitely a rye whiskey. But then the finish, the sweetness of it and the orange presence of it, and then the Madeira is giving it like a little bit of a prune or plum note or oh man, it might even be like sweet grapes. You know what I mean? Like a sweetened grape note. Really nice. I am going to give that an 8.5. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you how I score. If you've seen one of my videos, you'll know, but I score on nose, taste, finish, and would I buy again. Now, this was a media sample, so would I buy it, right? And I can't thank Matt enough for hanging out with me on the podcast. Go check that out. Okay, so let's get it on the taste and see if the taste can live up to the nose. Wow. Okay, so it's a little bit of a ride. It's a developing ride. So when it first hits you, it's rye, and it's that spiciness, the cinnamon, nutmeg type taste in your mouth, and then as it develops, you get that orange. It's like a tinge of a line of orange all the way through it, but it's not like I said. It's more like orange zest or it's not like orange soda or something like that. It's not like a sweet orange. It's just that orange flavor, I guess you could say. And then the rum is really bringing some. I think that's what may possibly, and I don't know this, or it could be the French oak staves as well. Um, is bringing it some of that tobacco note. And then this just like overwhelming sweetness, which is not cloyingly sweet. This is not cloyingly sweet. It's not one of those ones where you're like, oh God, that's too sweet. That's not a cocktail in a glass or nothing like that. But it is super sweetened on its profile. It's not so it tames down the rye a little bit, and then it gives you that, and then it finishes out with a tannicness that is from the Madeira, which is super. It's super intriguing the way that it develops into that, and I'm already getting into the finish, and I don't want to, so I'm going to give that an 8.5 as well. It's really nice, really nice. I need to sit with this and explore it a little bit more. All right, let's go in on finish, but I have to have another sip because I talk a lot. So okay, the finish is more of that. The finish just gives you all three of the barrel finishes that were on there. They're like three separate lines, and it's really cool because I can dip moving and when you're tasting, if you move your tongue around a little bit as when it finishes, um, because different parts of your tongue and your mouth taste different, right? The sweet, sour, salty, all the things. So when you move your tongue around, it kind of it's like they're three parallel lines, and I can get a little more orange if I want, or I can get a little bit more of that rum influence if I want it. So that's what makes it so cool, and that's why people are so cool about getting into cigar series or cigar finishes or batches or whatever. Um, yeah, it to me is super nice. I am actually going to give that a 9. I am. Yes, I am. Okay, so would I buy this bottle again? Or would I buy this bottle? I would. I would buy this because now I don't know if you can buy this, but like I said, some of these are special release. They only come out once a year and then they're done. They don't make them again. But I'm pretty sure that a cigar series, they're going to probably make more than one batch of it. They might do a different finish. You know what I mean? It might not be the orange wine finish. It might be muscatel or ice wine or something like that. Would I buy one of these? Absolutely. The rarity of it, I don't know how. Their distribution is really good, but I don't know how well I would be able to get one because I've seen their basic offerings on the shelf, their shelf bottles, and maybe even one of their finishes. Like they have just a rum finished, and then they have a toasted oak, and all they have all the different finishing options that you want. But having this particular one, I don't know how rare it is. So on that, I'm going to give it an 8.5. Yeah. I would definitely pick one of these up. If you're into rye whiskey and if you're into finished whiskeys, right? Because it is a finished product. It tastes very finished, but it's also the rye. Like right now, I haven't had a drink in a minute or two. The rye is very prominent in my mouth right now. So that's super cool. I can't thank Phenomenal Spirits enough for hanging out with me, sending over the sample so that I could do a review on it. And I have to be transparent about that because I don't want you guys thinking that, I went out and bought this or that I'm giving it a good review just because they sent it to me. And that's not how I do it. If it's good, I'm going to do it. If it's not, then maybe you won't get a review from me. I don't know. But I hope you guys, the total will be up here or over here, wherever. Is really good, really good. I'm really excited for this company to see what they're doing. I see people in the whiskey community really digging their stuff, so that's good. So if you like what I'm doing, give me a follow, like, subscribe, do all the algorithmy things to get this on the road. Let's go. We're trying to get to 1,000. Yeah, we are. We're trying to get to 1,000. I'm going to have a huge giveaway once I hit 1,000 followers. So if that's something you're into, go over there. And if you want to support monetarily, if you really enjoy this type of content and you want to see these episodes early, if you want to get behind the scenes stuff, if you want to get special podcasts just for the Patreon, go to patreon.com/whiskey shaman and sign up today. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun over there. But I also need to thank my sponsors, Bad Motivator Barrels. You can see it right there. That's the Infinity Barrel. Get you some of that. It's amazing. And Z Smith Whiskey and Mixology. Zach over there is doing amazing stuff about cocktail curations, all the things whiskey. He's a level 3 whiskey sommelier as well. So go check him out. Give him a follow. And Texas Whiskey Festival. It's going April 12th. Star Hill Ranch, Bee Cave, Texas, which is about 15 minutes outside of Austin. It's a really cool place. There's going to be between 30 and 40 Texas-based distilleries there pouring their stuff out just for you. There's a VIP section where you get in an hour early. You get a special, you get a cigar, you get a special pours from the distilleries if they have them. And it's just a super fun time. I've gone the past 3 years in a row, maybe 4, I don't remember. And it is such a fun time. And the cool thing, when you purchase a ticket, like if you're planning a trip and you purchase a ticket, you have to purchase a designated driver ticket as well. It's just something that they want you to go with somebody else and to be responsible, right? Because if you're going to be drinking 30 to 40 different types of whiskey, and some of these places have 5 or 6 bottles, you know what I mean? Even if you're taking small sips, that's still a lot of whiskey to drink in one day. So it's really cool that they're doing that and giving you a and there's Ubers and all that stuff as well, obviously. So April 12th. Be there, be squared. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me. Sorry this one ran a little long, but sometimes we got to talk about it. Go pick up some RY3, especially that cigar series. It's really great. Go get you some. And until next time, keep your spirits up. Peace.